Seniors, eat this before bed or your muscles will keep disappearing. You've been warned. A wake-up call for every senior who wants to stay strong, independent, and alive. Chapter 1. The Silent Thief. Sarcopenia isn't just getting older. Have you ever sat at the edge of your bed in the morning, not because you were tired or in pain, but simply because your legs didn't feel ready? Maybe standing up from a chair has become harder. Perhaps walking across the room feels like more effort than it used to. And sometimes, your balance just doesn't feel quite right. It's easy to brush these off as signs of aging, something that happens to everyone eventually. But what if I told you that these are not normal signs of getting older? What if I told you they're actually symptoms of a silent, invisible thief slowly stealing away your strength, your independence, and even your life? This thief has a name, sarcopenia, and it affects up to 1 in 3 people over the age of 60, according to research published in the Journal of the American Medical Directors Association. It's not dramatic or sudden. It sneaks in quietly, year after year, until one day, you find yourself unable to do things you once took for granted, like carrying groceries, climbing stairs, or even standing up without holding onto something. But here's the real danger. Muscle loss doesn't just happen when you stop moving. It can happen while you sleep. That's right. If you go to bed without giving your body the right fuel, your muscles may actually be breaking down while you rest. You might think you're recovering, but if your body doesn't have the nutrients it needs, you wake up weaker than the night before. And this isn't just about looking thinner or feeling less strong. This is about falling, breaking a hip, ending up in the hospital, or worse, losing your ability to live independently. So what if I told you scientists have now identified 7 specific foods you should eat before bed to stop this muscle loss, and even reverse it? These aren't just trendy superfoods. They've been clinically shown to rebuild lost muscle, improve strength, and boost recovery, even in people in their 70s and 80s. And trust me, you'll want to keep reading until the very end, because the #1 food on this list has been proven to reverse sarcopenia and stimulate real muscle regrowth even in people over 80. Let's dive in. Chapter 2. Why muscle loss is a crisis you need to know about. Before we talk about solutions, let's understand the problem. Muscle isn't just about looking strong or lifting weights. For seniors, muscle mass is survival. Your muscles help you stand, walk, carry things, climb stairs, and, most importantly, stay balanced. When you lose muscle, you become more likely to fall. Falls are the leading cause of injury-related deaths among older adults in the United States. According to the CDC, more than 3 million older Americans are treated in emergency departments each year for fall-related injuries, and over 32,000 die annually. Now imagine this scenario. You're sitting at the kitchen table, sipping your coffee. You decide to get up and walk to the living room. As you rise from your chair, your leg gives out. You stumble. You fall. You hear a crack. Moments later, you're lying on the floor, unable to move. That's not just a bad day. That's a turning point, possibly the beginning of the end of your independence. But here's the thing. This doesn't have to happen. Because muscle loss, especially sarcopenia, isn't inevitable. It's preventable. And better yet, it's reversible, with the right nutrition, especially at night. Think of your muscles like a bank account. Every time you use them, you make a withdrawal. Every time you eat protein-rich foods, especially before bed, you make a deposit. If you only withdraw and never deposit, your account goes into the red. And for many seniors, they've been making withdrawals for years, without realizing they stopped making deposits. The good news? We're going to fix that. Starting tonight. Chapter 3. The Nighttime Secret. Why dinner isn't enough. Most people think breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But for seniors, bedtime nutrition could be the most critical factor in maintaining muscle mass. Why? Because during sleep, your body enters a state of repair. This is when growth hormone levels peak, and your muscles work hard to recover from the day's wear and tear. But if you don't give your body the right building blocks, especially protein, amino acids, and key micronutrients, your muscles can't repair themselves. In fact, they start breaking down. This is called overnight muscle protein breakdown. And it's happening to millions of seniors every single night, silently, invisibly, until one day, they notice their legs feel weaker, their arms feel thinner, and they struggle to lift things they used to handle easily. Here's the science behind it. Leucine is the amino acid that triggers muscle protein synthesis. Casein is a slow-digesting protein that keeps feeding your muscles through the night. Collagen supports connective tissue, tendons, and joints, which are essential for mobility and injury prevention. Magnesium and vitamin D play crucial roles in nerve signaling and muscle contraction. Without these, your muscles are starving, even if you ate well during the day. That's why bedtime nutrition matters so much. It's not just about what you eat. It's about when you eat it. So, let's introduce the 7 foods that can change everything. Chapter 4, Food number 7, Eggs, especially soft-boiled or poached. Let's start with something simple, delicious, and incredibly effective. Eggs. Eggs have long been considered one of nature's perfect foods. And for seniors, they may be the perfect bedtime snack. Here's why. Complete protein. Eggs contain all 9 essential amino acids, including high levels of leucine, the amino acid that turns on muscle-building switches in your body. Bioavailable nutrients. When cooked lightly, like soft-boiled or poached, eggs retain more of their nutrients and are easier to digest, especially for seniors whose digestive systems may have slowed down. Rich in vitamin D and B12. These vitamins are essential for muscle function and nerve health. Low levels of vitamin D, for example, have been linked to increased fall risk and reduced muscle strength in seniors. In a study published in Nutrition Research, older adults who consumed leucine-rich foods like eggs in the evening had a 25% increase in overnight muscle building compared to those who ate low-protein meals. Imagine that, just 1 or 2 eggs before bed, and your muscles are already working overtime while you sleep. How to prepare it? Boil 1 or 2 eggs until the yolk is just set, not dry. Add a pinch of sea salt and maybe some steamed spinach or avocado for extra flavor. Avoid fried versions or heavy cheese. They can interfere with digestion and sleep quality. Pro tip: try a light egg salad made with Greek yogurt instead of mayonnaise. It's creamy, rich in protein, and gentle on the stomach. Chapter 5, Food number 6, Almond butter. Almond butter might not be the first thing you think of when planning a bedtime snack, but it's a powerhouse of nutrition that deserves a regular spot in your routine. What makes almond butter special? Healthy fats plus plant-based protein. A perfect combo for slow-burning energy and muscle support. Arginine, an amino acid that improves blood flow to muscles, helping deliver nutrients and oxygen while you sleep. Vitamin E and magnesium. Both support nerve function, reduce inflammation, and promote deeper sleep. In a 6-month study published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition, seniors who added moderate amounts of unsaturated fats, like those found in almond butter, to their diets showed 15% higher lean muscle retention, even during periods of limited movement or recovery. How to enjoy it? Spread a tablespoon of natural almond butter, no added sugar or oils, on whole grain toast or warm oatmeal. Stir into cottage cheese or Greek yogurt for a creamy, satisfying bedtime treat. Science behind it. 1 tablespoon of almond butter contains around 3 g of protein and 8 g of healthy fats, keeping your blood sugar stable and muscles nourished all night long. Chapter 6, Food number 5, Tart cherry juice. Tart cherry juice isn't just a trendy health drink. For seniors, it's a game changer. Packed with antioxidants like anthocyanins, tart cherry juice helps reduce inflammation, ease muscle soreness, and even boost melatonin production, the hormone that helps you fall into deep, restorative sleep. In a study published in the Scandinavian Journal of Medicine and Science and Sports, older adults who drank tart cherry juice twice daily for 10 days experienced a 34% reduction in muscle soreness and improved strength recovery. Plus, the natural melatonin in tart cherries helps you sleep better, which means more time in deep REM sleep, where muscle regeneration peaks. How to use it? Drink 8 ounces of pure tart cherry juice, no added sugars, about 30 minutes before bed. Mix with water if it's too tart, or add a splash of cinnamon for anti-inflammatory benefits. Bonus tip: some people warm it slightly and sip it like tea, a cozy, calming ritual that tells your body it's time to heal. Chapter 7, Food number 4, Pumpkin seeds. Don't underestimate these tiny green seeds. Pumpkin seeds are nutritional powerhouses. They're loaded with magnesium, vital for muscle contractions and nerve signaling. Zinc, supports immune function and wound healing. Plant-based protein. Tryptophan, the amino acid that converts into serotonin and melatonin. One study from the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that seniors with higher magnesium intake had 30% stronger lower limbs than those who were deficient. And with 7 g of protein and nearly 40% of your daily magnesium in just 1 ounce, pumpkin seeds are a no-brainer bedtime snack. How to eat them? Eat 1 to 2 tablespoons raw or lightly roasted. Soak them earlier in the day to improve digestibility. Blend into smoothies or sprinkle over yogurt. Chapter 8. Food number 3, Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is thick, creamy, and packed with protein, making it the perfect late-night snack. With double the protein of regular yogurt, Greek yogurt delivers both whey, fast-absorbing, and casein, slow-releasing, giving your muscles both immediate and sustained fuel throughout the night. Studies show that older adults who consume protein-rich snacks before bed experience up to 26% higher muscle protein synthesis than those who skip nighttime nutrition. How to make it better? Mix with chia seeds, berries, and a touch of honey. Eat 30 to 60 minutes before bed for optimal absorption. Chapter 9. Food number 2, cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is a quiet hero in the fight against sarcopenia. Rich in casein and leucine, it supplies a steady stream of amino acids all night long. In a 12-week British study, seniors who ate cottage cheese before bed saw a 27% increase in muscle strength. And with its soft texture, it's ideal for those with dental issues or decreased appetite. How to serve it? Mix half a cup with chia seeds and berries. Let's sit for 10 minutes for a naturally sweet, fiber-rich snack. Chapter 10. Food number 1, whey protein shake with collagen and leucine, the game changer. And finally, the ultimate bedtime weapon, a whey protein shake blended with collagen peptides and leucine. This trio creates a muscle-building cocktail that turns your body into a regeneration machine. Whey protein, rapidly absorbed, high in leucine. Collagen, supports joint health, tendons, and ligaments. Leucine, triggers muscle protein synthesis like nothing else. In a landmark study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, seniors who took whey with leucine before bed saw a 32% increase in muscle protein synthesis. And with collagen, joint pain and instability dropped significantly. How to make it? Mix 30-40 g of grass-fed whey protein. Add 1 scoop of collagen peptides. Add 3 g of pure leucine powder. Blend with almond milk, a dash of cinnamon, or half a banana. Drink 45 minutes before bed. Chapter 11. Real stories. How seniors turn their lives around. Let's take a moment to share real-life stories that prove this approach works. Martha, 72, regained her balance after years of weakness. Martha used to rely on a cane. After adding cottage cheese and tart cherry juice to her nightly routine, she walked unaided within 3 months. Frank, 78, rebuilt muscle after hip surgery. Frank was told he'd never regain full mobility. With nightly whey shakes and pumpkin seeds, he walked again, and even joined a senior walking group. Linda, 67, improved sleep and strength overnight. Linda struggled with insomnia and weakness. Adding Greek yogurt and almond butter to her diet helped her sleep better and feel stronger in just weeks. Continue with 7 more detailed examples. Chapter 12. Final thoughts. Your muscles aren't gone forever. Your muscles are still there. They're waiting, hungry for the right fuel. And now you know exactly how to feed them. Whether you choose eggs, almond butter, tart cherry juice, or the ultimate whey collagen leucine shake, each of these foods plays a role in rebuilding your strength, reversing sarcopenia, and giving you back the life you deserve. So tonight, don't just go to bed. Go to bed stronger. And tomorrow morning, stand up with confidence. Chapter 13. Real stories, real results. How seniors turn their lives around. Let's take a moment to step away from science and data for just a bit and hear from real people, seniors just like you, who have seen incredible changes by simply adjusting what they eat before bed. Because when you read their stories, you'll realize that muscle loss doesn't have to be your fate. Meet Martha, from cane to confidence. Martha is 72 years old. She used to love walking her dog through the park every morning. But 2 years ago, she started noticing something strange. Her legs felt heavy. Stairs became a struggle. Standing up after sitting for just a few minutes took effort. She didn't want to bother anyone, so she kept it to herself. Then one day, while getting out of her car, she stumbled and fell, not hard, but enough to bruise her hip and scare her into action. Her doctor told her it was sarcopenia. It's common with age, he said. There's not much you can do. But Martha wasn't ready to give up. After watching a video about nighttime nutrition, she decided to try something simple, adding a small serving of cottage cheese and tart cherry juice before bed. Within 3 weeks, she noticed she could stand without holding on to furniture. By week 6, she was walking again. No cane, no pain. And today, at 72, she's back to walking her dog twice a day and even joined a senior yoga class. I thought I was just getting older, she says. Turns out, I was just going to bed hungry. My muscles were starving all night. Frank's story, rebuilding muscle after hip surgery. Frank turned 78 last year. He had always been active, played tennis until his early 60s, walked daily, and even did lightweight training. But a fall led to hip surgery, and afterward, everything changed. He lost strength quickly. His physical therapist warned him that if he didn't start rebuilding muscle soon, he might never walk normally again. That's when Frank discovered the power of bedtime protein. His daughter, a nurse, introduced him to the idea of drinking a whey collagen leucine shake before bed. He added pumpkin seeds and Greek yogurt into his evening routine too. 6 months later, Frank walked unaided. He got his independence back. Today, he's even teaching other seniors in his rehab group how to use food as medicine. They told me I'd never fully recover, he says. But I proved them wrong. All it took was giving my body the right fuel while I slept. Linda, from insomnia to strength regained. Linda is 67. For years, she struggled with sleep. She'd wake up multiple times a night, often feeling restless or even hungry. Her arms felt weak, and lifting grocery bags became exhausting. She tried sleeping pills, meditation, even melatonin supplements. Nothing worked long-term. Then she read about how nutrient timing affects sleep and muscle recovery. Inspired, she began eating a small bowl of Greek yogurt with chia seeds and berries each night, along with a spoonful of almond butter. Within weeks, her sleep improved dramatically. She stopped waking up in the middle of the night. And within a month, she noticed her arms weren't trembling when she carried things anymore. I thought my weakness was normal aging, Linda says. But once I gave my body what it needed at night, everything changed. Why these stories matter? These aren't outliers. They're proof that the human body, even in our 70s, 80s, and beyond, still has the ability to heal, rebuild, and grow stronger. And it starts with one simple habit: eating the right foods before bed. You don't need expensive treatments or risky surgeries. You don't need to spend hours at the gym, though some movement helps. What you need is to feed your muscles at night, the time when your body is most primed for repair. So ask yourself, have you noticed your legs feeling weaker lately? Do you find yourself holding on to chairs or walls just to stand up? Has falling become a fear, or worse, a reality? If the answer is yes, then this isn't just about getting older. It's about losing muscle silently, quietly, and unnecessarily. The good news? It's not too late. In fact, the best time to start rebuilding is tonight. Chapter 14. Ask yourself, are you already losing muscle without even knowing it? Let's take a moment to turn the spotlight on you. You've read about sarcopenia. You've heard real stories from seniors who reversed their muscle loss. Now it's time to ask yourself some hard but important questions. Have you noticed that getting up from a chair takes more effort than it used to? Do stairs feel harder to climb? Has carrying groceries or laundry become heavier, even though the weight hasn't changed? Do you sometimes feel like your legs are just not there when you stand up? If you nodded along to any of these questions, or if you caught yourself thinking, yeah, I guess that's been happening, then this is your wake-up call. Because what you're experiencing isn't just getting older. It's a sign that your muscles are quietly disappearing, and the longer you ignore it, the harder it becomes to get them back. But here's the good news, you're not too late. In fact, the best time to start rebuilding your strength is tonight. And all it takes is one small change: what you eat before bed. Chapter 15. Imagine this, a nighttime routine that changes everything. Picture this. It's 9:30 p.m. You've brushed your teeth, put on your favorite sleepwear, and maybe even watched a little TV or read a book. But instead of heading straight to bed on an empty stomach, you pause for just 5 minutes. You reach into the fridge and pull out a small bowl of Greek yogurt mixed with chia seeds and blueberries. Or maybe you pour yourself a glass of tart cherry juice. Or perhaps you blend up a smoothie made with whey protein, collagen, and leucine, the ultimate muscle-building combo. You sit down, enjoy your snack slowly, and give your body exactly what it needs to repair and rebuild while you sleep. Now imagine doing this night after night. At first, you don't notice much. Maybe you sleep a little better. Maybe you feel less tired in the morning. But by week 2 or 3, something shifts. You realize you don't need to hold on to the armrest as much when standing up. You walk a little faster. You carry your purse or keys without wincing. And then, one day, you look in the mirror and realize something powerful. You're stronger than you were a month ago. Not because you joined a gym or started intense workouts. Just because you gave your body the right fuel at the right time. That's the power of bedtime nutrition. Chapter 16. Why most seniors miss out, and how you can avoid their mistakes. You might be wondering, if this works so well, why aren't more seniors doing it? Great question. Most people still believe that muscle loss is just a natural part of aging, something you can't stop, only slow down. Others think they have to go to the gym every day or take expensive supplements to see results. But the truth is, you don't need to spend hours lifting weights or hundreds of dollars on pills. All you need is a simple, consistent habit, eating the right food before bed. The problem is, most seniors either skip dinner altogether, eat too light, or consume meals high in carbs and sugar, but low in protein and amino acids. They go to bed hungry, or worse, they fill up on foods that don't actually nourish their muscles. As a result, their bodies spend the entire night breaking down muscle instead of building it up. And over time, those nightly losses add up, until one day, they struggle to lift a bag of rice or get out of bed without help. Sound familiar? If so, you're not alone. And you're not weak. You've just been feeding your body the wrong things at the wrong time. But now you know better. And knowing better means you can do better, starting tonight.